everyone, welcome back. I wanted to do a video on this. This has been a side project of mine for a couple weeks now. This is Lethal Company, and I'm trying to complete a 10 quota speedrun, which is the most the furthest any speedrun goes, unless you're doing a high quota run. So I thought it would be a good goal to set for myself. So I just kind of wanted to talk through my process and like what I'm thinking and how the run goes. If you want to see the full run, I'll have a link to that in the description. It's also going to be on the channel as well. Um, so we start off going to Val. We get 3 hives, which is awesome. We need to get about $570 so that we can get to Titan on time for quota 2. In this run, my goal is to get to Titan as fast as possible. We'll do a majority of our quotas there, I think, until after quota 7 is the idea. And then once we get that, we will go to Artifice for the remaining 4 days. Um, so as you can see here, we're just doing our first cell. The the first quota went really fast. I have this pretty well optimized. I cut out a lot of stuff just to make this go a lot faster. The first quota, we started on Val, got beehives, then we went to Assurance for the other 2 days and finished up getting the money we needed. Here you see we can drop items all the way down on Titan, and then it's just a short run to the actual ship itself. You'll see these screens a lot. $625 collected right there in the bottom left of that red menu. That's going to be the main thing to look at. Day 2, just the same. We had another pretty okay day. You might be seeing some pop-ups in the bottom. That's just due to I was doing this on Twitch, so if you want to see, hop on over there and check it out. I'm normally live, although we'll see how long I'm doing it. I plan on doing more of these as well, so should be quite fun. This was the first real potential issue I had in the run, was just kind of avoiding that mob, and fortunately he just kind of stayed out of the way, and we were able to get all the loot back to the ship. So yeah, this is the start of the run. So far, so good. Ideally, we would be able to get enough money here where we can sell about 1,400. That way we can get a jetpack, which costs 700, and get back to Titan after skipping one quota. So quota 3 is normally skipped, and this is an interesting one. I'm sitting here debating if I should go past the turret or not, because I see a kitchen right there. But in a solo run, you have to just kind of take it safe. Saw the Nutcracker in the kitchen and I just kind of wanted nothing to do with that. So it's unfortunate, but you do lose a lot of loot that way. You can't be as risky in solo runs. But that was the third day completed. We get 426, which should be enough to do a jetpack Titan skip. Something cool that we're able to do is whenever we're so on these days that we're skipping, so we're gonna skip this whole quota, is we can check and see if there's ever any jetpack sale. Jetpack sales can range in price. I think if you get extremely lucky, you can get I believe it's 80% off of $700 jetpack, which is a ton. I don't believe I wound up getting a jetpack sale, so I just fast forward a lot. I actually just skipped all 3 assurance days. There were no beehives or jetpack sales. The good thing about jetpacks, though, is you can actually go get a little bit of loot on Eclipse days. So you can go get 3 items. Normally we drop items down, but in whenever it's eclipsed, there's just dogs and giants already spawned, and you can't be outside during that. So, day two, fortunately, it's clear, and you can see right there, it's just such a nice experience. This is always the best part, is like going into fire escape and there just being a ton of loot, just straight loot room directly in directly the game just directly puts you into a loot room, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, right now the run is going okay. We are a little low on money, um, but it should be fine. So artifice often is good enough where you don't need too much loot going into those 4 artifice days to finish a run. Like you will need some, or you'll need to be pretty lucky with it. But fortunately, it's really good loot. Here's another one of those great days at Titan. I believe this was actually, yeah, it was a triple loot room Titan, which is just so nice to see. Just a lot of loot, get in, get out, make a lot of money. I believe that was, yeah, that was my best day ever. I've had a 1054. So that's even more loot than I've ever gotten on like an artifice run, which if you know anything about artifice is it's twice as expensive to get to compared to Titan, but it has a lot better loot. So it's kind of insane that that beats all my artifice runs as well as all my Titan runs. So good to see. Um, Here is a poor decision I make. So, apparatus is worth money, so we like to take it. However, that means that if there's any old birds out, those like robots that'll run around, they will all wake up as soon as you take apparatus. So I wind up wasting a lot of time waiting for this robot to leave so that I can, go get my items, and I wind up actually having to leave a lot of this behind. So I think that was like $200 there I left behind, 200 and some. Um, but I did wind up waiting for a bit longer, and I just decided to go. So we did lose a good amount of money there, unfortunately, which again is just kind of the unfortunate part of playing in a single player speed run. Like you have to just keep going, and you can't take risks of like trying to get items in front of an old bird is probably not the smartest idea. So yeah. Here we have another eclipse day. I decide my money's good enough right now that I can just skip it. So I don't even fly in because it is kind of risky. This was fun. There's a turret behind the wall, but I play around with the turret a little bit. So not that good of a day. 371 into a 342 day right after. So not a lot happening. But this is where it starts to get really fun. We start heading off to Artifice. Um, Artifice is kind of unique. It has a lot of loot, like the most loot on any moon in Lethal, but you can't take two-handeds back because you can't just drop it down like you can on Titan. So even though it's better than Titan, it's not like that much better. Jetpack here is so nice. So like I don't even know if this would be a real strategy to go to Artifice if the jetpack didn't exist. But yeah, we start with a 488 day. This is gold bars are one of the best part of Artifice. So we hope to see a lot of those. Gold bars are the best value item we can get. Here's another. As you can see, Jester's a lot of fun. I believe at this point Bracken's also spawned, but like we can get out pretty easily. 700 day, go to the company and sell. It's you get the idea. So head off. That was a 2,400 quota, which at this point is kind of unfortunate. Um, we want all of our quota rolls to be low, so there's a range they can be, and they can roll up or down on like a normal distribution. Um, but yeah, gold bar, something. I if it's going so fast, it's hard to say. Holy coilhead! Yeah, I forgot about him. Um, the uh, the jester, whenever it was winding in main there, I went and dropped all the items outside so that it was I didn't have to go in and risk it like just finishing winding and then turning on me. So yeah, that just keeps it safe. Um, risky turret, if that was pointed the other way, it would be almost run ending. Like there is a chance I can leave the fire escape. There's a chance I can jump over the turret. Both are risky. But heading into quota 10, we hope for a low roll. Average is like 28, and it's a 2,900. So I think we wound up ending this run about $300 over average quotas. Um, we also got a facility on Artifice, which is kind of rare. Um, yeah, kitchens were actually not that common on my run, unfortunately. They're where you find most of your loot, but unfortunately it just wasn't coming in. But with 1 day left, we don't really need that much. So we just take what we need and get out. So with that, assuming I didn't mess up my spreadsheet, it should be enough. So we're gonna do a silly strat here, and because gold bars are so heavy, I'm actually gonna jetpack them over to sell them. Um, but I sell all the loot, and at this point, this is the final sell. I'm a little worried. I can't do math, but the $4 ducky did not disappoint me, and we did in fact make it. So that was the run. Hope you enjoyed. If you wanted to see the full one, again, it's in the description. If you want to watch some of these live, come over to my Twitch and watch them there. We end with a 229.16, and yeah, that is at this point, that is second place in terms of fastest run for version 50, and it was a blast. So hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you there. Adios and goodbye.